What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is another race in Crit City. Sadly, it's not the Downtown Dolphin, which I would much prefer, but the Bell Lap fit my schedule for this evening. It's been a minute since I did a Zwift race. Been trying to get outside a little more and enjoy the nice days when they come. But maybe I've just been doing some Zwift workouts as well, so welcome back. Thank you for joining. Oh, and the other thing was I had the opportunity to preach in Big Church a couple weeks back. So that week I didn't have a whole lot of time on the bike at all. So yeah, this is probably my second or third time back on Zwift. Got outside a couple times, but nonetheless, we're looking at 8 laps here. So a little shorter in Crit City. Had a, maybe a 10-minute warm-up. Just riding around in McCurry Islands or whatever. So, yeah, just trying to do a big effort today. Today is Tuesday, day of filming. This coming Saturday, I have my first crit race of the year. Pretty excited for that. Probably overthinking it as of right now. But nonetheless, if it's like decently warm out, like 50 degrees or warmer, might be all right. If it's at least dry outside and on the pavement, I might be all right. Last year when I did this same race, it was neither. But nonetheless, let's get into this race.
Alright, so to this point, been a little bit of a slinky effect, not too crazy. I'm doing pretty good staying in the pack. I try to take the advice that people have given to me in the past of having a lower cadence. But at the same time, the crit I'm doing this weekend, I've been watching the stats of the people who have done it in the previous weeks because it's a part of a series, and they've had a very high cadence. So I've been doing some higher cadence stuff. So I was kind of in the mix of I need to have a higher cadence. No, I need to have a lower cadence. So ultimately, I'm just out of practice of doing the crit races. Again, this is not the Downtown Dolphin. This is the Bell Lap. So it's the Crit City just in reverse. Definitely not ideal for me. But, the first half of the race, I'm hanging in just fine. There's a couple instances like this where I'm kind of off the back. I'll put in a little effort, and I'll catch back on. Furthermore, go towards the front. So a little too surgy, but I'm doing all right. The other thing was some of these power-ups I was getting, like the Ghost right now, I'd never seen that one before. And then I used it, and what happens? I turn invisible. In my opinion, I could care less about that. I don't want to turn invisible. Give me the aero boost. Give me the drafting boost, something like that. So at this point, the race it's all downhill from here. The fuel just gets obliterated. I put in a couple more digs, kind of catch back on right here, and I just can't close the gap. And it was at this point where I'm like, oh, they're right there. I do catch back on. It's at the roller section, so I'm in it. I'm with them. Heart rate is through the roof, over 180. And I'm just blowing up. So there goes the race. I got this one dude ahead of me. I'm keeping him at the 1 to 2 second gap that he has on me, and I was like, I don't want that to extend. So I did keep it pretty consistent, but yeah, no, my heart rate blew up big time. So I actually passed that guy, and here's where things get pretty unfortunate. Something happened with my recording, so I don't actually have the finish of this race, sadly. But here in a second or two, a couple other guys will join us. But for now, I'm just trying to stay ahead of that guy. I don't want him to go flying past me. Look, I got the stupid invisibility. That doesn't matter to me. Matter of fact, I turn invisible and people start passing me, so whatever. So it's this group of 3. I join them, so it's a group of 4. Kind of finish out the race together. We have just over 1 lap remaining. I mean, look at my power. It's really, really gone down on average. So that's pretty unfortunate. We're going around. So now it's the start of the final lap, just over 1 mile remaining. I have a drafting boost. That might actually help me if it comes down to a sprint. Go over these rollers for the last time. And now I'm like, I've recovered a little bit. My heart rate is sustainable. So I can, race these 3 or 4 guys for what it's worth. I'm going to finish the race, going to do it. But yeah, ultimately I'm out of practice. So there it is. We don't get to see it. I'll have you know, even though you didn't get to see it, I beat all 3 of them by like 1 or 2 seconds. So check out my stats on Zwift Power. I did have a pretty good average power, even considering I got dropped, but I'm still waiting for the day where I can finish a race and not get dropped. So I hope it's this Saturday in real life. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch for my upcoming crit race video. I'll see you in the next one.